Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that to video game. I'm not a video game. Video game. Oh no, what's the name? Video Game Armada. This is Long John the Gamer Boss Bronze coming back to you with part 2 of the Let's Play a Little of Fortnite, also known as the $60 closed beta. Okay, I'm done. I ain't gonna harp on it no more. Oof, goodness knows there's too much of that on the internet as it is. I'm here to talk about the goods. And speaking of the goods, this was the goods I got from that, like, playthrough, sort of that demo I showed you the other video. So, which case is that the better you do, as I said in the previous video, the better your chest will be. But don't be expecting, like, mountains of awesome loot that you would get in other games. It's just more or less upgrade or, you know, superfluous material that is still important, but nothing to write home to mama about. So let's open up our level 3 loot to see what we got. A chip! And another chip! And a poorly taken selfie! What do we do all with this? Well, this is what I'm going to talk about in today's video. Because remember what I showed you last video? Everything was fun and you could build stuff, you could shoot monsters, and you know, basically tailored to your playstyle depending on if you like to gather, shoot things, you know, build stuff, just cut, knife, shiv, dart things, you know. That's the simple. That is the Fortnite. That's true Fortnite. But there is an underside to Fortnite where it involves a lot of detail, a lot of backtracking, and a lot of micromanagement. This is, well, almost, let me just get past my mission reward alert because I told you there are some things. And llamas! There's llamas in this game too for some reason, but that's later. Anywho, see this? This is the seedy underbelly of Fortnite. Look at all of this stuff. When you buy Fortnite, you don't believe the stuff that goes into being a successful guy in this game. But there's a lot. There is a lot to it. And I am here to show you how, because it is quite overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing here. Some days for me it's still overwhelming, even though I just got this game like 5 days ago. Or is it 6 days? 6 days ago, yeah. Nope. Actually, at the release of this video, it'll probably be like 7 days ago now? 8 days ago? Yeah, it'll be probably 8 days ago. Possibly. 6 days. I don't know. Math is hard. And so is this game if you're not careful. Look at all this stuff. It makes your head spin. So I'm probably going to start slowly, one tab at a time, and we'll start with this. This is where the magic happens. You pick your primary character. Like I said, I like building stuff and creating sweet, tough forts that monsters are going to say, "What? You got a base? I got a base." I like that. It's all about that base. But if you're not like me and you say, "Hey, you know what? I rather," and again, forgive me, I said I wasn't going to complain, but you know, it can't be helped if it's super sluggish. Closed beta processing not as fast as I would like. Kind of slow. It's annoyingly so sometimes. But anyway, I want to be a survivalist. I want to shoot things and create awesome energy. Or I want to be a different shooter and have like frag grenades that I will throw. Does he have frag grenades? I'm gonna say yes. Yes, he does. But it's different. His is a level. He gets that at level. He gets that at the second evolved form. Yeah, this game is super duper complex at times. All right, look. Let's take a look at this. See, this guy, Kyle. He's a good guy. He likes to build things. See all those numbers? Those are important numbers. You don't have to pay too much attention to them. But I got to tell you some of the very uniquely important numbers in this like game. All right. First of all, see up there in the top left-hand corner where it says 18. That's your generalized power level for your base, which case you can name it. I've called mine's the Frag Cave because it sounded cool, and I didn't want to make something overly serious for this game. Just something neat and something that symbolizes what I am and what I do. Fragging things in a cave. Anyway, you can create like this thing too. I decided to go with wrench for the wings on it because the wrench is my sword. And if you think I'm kidding, you could actually have a wrench that you could, you know, club zombies with. A la Dead Rising, but actually I found a super bat and I'm using the super bat now. Anyway, back to this guy. So yeah, see all this stuff he could do? Yeah, out of the box, he's creative. He's a creative engineer, which means, like I said, he could build things fast and reduce the cost of building said things because he's know what I'm doing. He could bull rush. He could create the base. Those are things. He could do all that stuff like right out of the box. These two things, more or less. This other stuff, you're going to have to level him up, which is fine. Up until you get to level 10. And you see where this says Plasma Pulse with this little 2 and a star? That means you're going to have to level him up even further. You have to literally turn him into a Super Saiyan to get him to access all his other abilities and stuff like that. And all this other stuff. It's well worth it. But let me tell you something. The game does not make it easy for you. There is a lot to do. And you have to do that for not all the characters, but the characters you're interested in. I like Constructor, and I like this guy. So I'm lucky to have pre-ordered and got this guy right out of the box without, you know, worried about that. Because having a rare-based hero, your primary hero anyway, is good. And I dare say can carry you through the entire game. But you want to get better heroes over time. And you will get them if you, well, let's just face it, if you're lucky. I don't know if there's any other way you can get it. Because I haven't gotten a lot of characters. I only got a few characters here. So these guys, all these guys right here, these are all the guys I've got. I've gotten a few, but they were mostly redundant. And I got rid of those. But what does that even mean? I'll explain that in a minute. Now, these slots right here, these will not be unlocked right away. As you go through the game, you'll unlock them, and once you do, you can make your main primary hero stronger by throwing other heroes, such as the two ladies right here, and make give you secondary abilities, like for her, for example, work, which is an obvious thing for World of Warcraft, those little minor woodchopper dudes. With my harvesting tool, aka the pickaxe, you can increase the damage of it by 12%. Now these harvesting tools, the pickaxes, even though they look super dangerous, going up against the husks, they're like a last-ditch effort weapon. They don't really do that much damage at all. However, when it comes to the Outlander, they have unique skills with the harvesting tool, which gives them enhanced strength with it and can actually turn it into a legit weapon. Having her on my squad gives me a little bit of that Outlander goodness for my Constructor, which is definitely handy. Because not only do I get jumped by husks all the time when I'm building or gathering resources, but that also applies to the things I'm breaking down. So having a harvester tool that is strong, there's no downside. Just do it. If you don't want to be an Outlander, then be lucky enough to find Pathfinder Jess, and she'll give you the skill. Now, another Outlander, Quinn over here, she's different in a way. And I'm using her for right now because speed. Which, whenever I build anything floor-wise, I get a 10% speed. Now, Constructors, they're great, but they're slow. I dare say they're like the tank class in this game. So they can build things, they're sturdy, but they slow. And you don't want to be slow trying to repair stuff when things are going to crap. So, thanks to her skill, I'm really fast on my player-built floors. What you saw me slap on the last video, all those wood floors, that's the reason. So I can just zip across any building based floor, and I can spot weld, I can upgrade, I can plant traps just before those husks even get there. What's not to like about that? I might swap it out for something a bit more offensive in the future, but for right now, this dude, suits my purposes. Now these guys here, they don't have any fancy boat descriptions or like, because they're not hero classes like these three. No, they are my defenders, which is very similar to the Marvel defenders, which are lesser base characters that are still useful in their own way. Like this guy, he's a gunslinger. He's sort of like Revolver Ocelot, but not without the, insanity problems. This guy is a melee specialist. You give him a melee weapon and he'll go to town. And this lady over here, she's a sniper. She's not Australian, but she's a sniper all the same. So these guys will help you if there's no players present when you go on the overworld, which is very rare. I don't think it's ever happened to me. Maybe once, and I did that, to myself to see if I could play an overworld match without any help. Let me tell you something. Get players to help you whenever you go overworld. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough, even with defenders. But like I said before, all this stuff will not be unlocked right away. You're going to have to earn that. So, moving on to the next tab. More of this stuff that is going to be Greek to you and slightly overwhelming. But this is your muscle. This is what makes you strong. Your character strong. Not even leveling this guy up right here. Leveling this guy up here, you only do it. See my level? I'm 20 to 20 right now. And that's only for the fact to access, his personal stats and getting new abilities. But that does not equate too much in that whole lightning bolt with the 18, which is my power level. This is where the true power lies. See? Now again, none of this stuff will be unlocked. See, some of my stuff is still locked right now. But over time and effort, you'll unlock this stuff right here between the EMT squad, Fire Team Alpha, the Corps of Engineering. I always say Corps. The Corps of Engineering, Close Assault Squad, Scouting Party, the Think Tank, and of course, when I unlock them, the Gadgeteers and the Training Team. Now, why are these things very important? I'll tell you, Rod. Because they can make your character stronger, not only in the power level department, but in general, thanks to their expertise. Now, these guys right here, they're not hero classes, like I showed you the defenders, but they're not defenders either. They're just your common, everyday people with special skills. Like these guys right here, they're very good with health, but that's pretty much it. They're very good with health. Well, that's not it. I'm being facetious. I'll get to that in a minute. And this lady right here, no nonsense doctor. She's the leader of the EMT squad. With her at the helm, she really makes the squad. Look what happens when she's gone. Leaderless. Not only does my health go down, but so does my power level. Oh no! That will never do. And again, like I said, all the stuff will be locked until you earn it up and find the people. See, remember when I showed you those random people's things? Well, those aren't those people. These people are their own people, and you have to get them separately due to bonuses in a match or something I will show you later. But let's put her back, because without her healing hands, it's scary. Thank goodness. Back to 18. Now, whenever you have when you unlock a squad, a leader is important. So make sure, if you don't have a leader unlocked, make sure you at least have, if you don't have the leader slot unlocked, make sure you at least have a leader ready to put there when you finally do unlock it. Look at all these leaders I got ready to go. I'm just waiting to unlock them. Most of these guys, I've already have unlocked, thank goodness. But the rest, I gotta wait. I hate waiting, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, you can technically put any leader there, I mean, like, I could put this like leader right here in the EMT squad. But you see how things went down just a little bit, and my power level also went down to 17. He is the same epic level leader of these common schlubs, but the difference is he is not specialized in medical matters. He is a gadget man. He knows how to fix machines, not people. So, if a stopgap, if you really want to be stronger, and you got this, oh, look at this epic little guy I got here. He's not doing anything. I want to put him in the Gadgeteer Corps, but I can't do that right now because I don't have it unlocked. But I do have the EMT squad leader position available, and I need to do something. You can do that. You can just throw it up there just to get a little stronger, because strength really does make the difference between a good time in the overworld and a horrible time in the overworld. Trust me, I learned that. I learned it the hard way. But I don't have to make that choice because I actually have her unlocked. And she's pimped out like crazy, so I don't have to worry about that. Now, with a good leader, a leader is nothing without subordinates and faithful people to do their bidding and to provide objective commentary when the leader requires it. It's not that in depth, but it sort of is. See where it says doctor in her stats right there? She also says dependable. That means that's her personality type. These two right here, they're good with health, but their personality type is different. Competitive and analytical, which is like most people. People are not the same thing. They're different people. So, even though these guys are good with health and she is a major super doctor, the only thing they have in common is health, which I need. But if I say, you know what, I am going to get someone who's close to her personality type. Let's get this person who's also very dependable, and also get this person who's also very dependable right over here. These two people. That's good. They're all super dependable and everything. Now, here's the trick. This is one of the many tricks of the game. You could do that. You could get dependable people. I mean, you could get people who are the same personality type as your leader, and you get special enhanced bonuses for that sort of thing. And, you know, it makes their overall efficiency up the wazoo, which is good, you know. Make them super efficient and good at what they're doing. But they're not health, you see. They're something else. Ability damage bonus and trap damage. And for the EMT squad, health is primary. Now, this is just me and my reasoning. You don't have to follow my reasoning at all. You can do this. You can stat play this to Kingdom Come. And if it works for you, then more power to you. But for me, I like to play the type. And this type says, these guys, they need health. This guy needs health badly. When I say that guy, I mean me. I need health badly. So, putting them back. Putting them back, because once you get people of like skill, like the personality type in there, where are you? There you go. Bam! Look at that. Health through the roof. Because these two, they're good with health. And once you have them together, they get your, once you complete the health bonus, that's exactly what's going to happen. So, in each squad, you have to micromanage if what is going to be beneficial between the squads of the types. The medical squad, the range squad, the corpse, etc., etc. And then you're going to have to decide what is more important. The actual element of the serve the function of the squad, or the personality types of the people working there. The little details in this game is fascinating, if not a little maddening at times. Because look at this. Here's, for example, look at this. I have nothing unlocked for the close assault squad. I want to. I got everything ready to go, more or less. But without these things being opened up, I'm not working at full capacity. I gotta use what I gotta use. And right now, I only have one character, epic level, thank goodness, that is melee. So I have to make do with that. But I don't have to use a melee. I can put whatever I want in there. And you're not pigeonholed to doing what is recommended on there. But in my personal experience, it works best if you stay the type. The core of engineering is a little different. So is the think tank, gadgeteers, training team. They're more physical melees, that sort of thing. But yeah, whatever you decide to do, you're going to have to put a personal hand in all of it. Basically, you're metagaming your character from top to bottom, and these guys, look, I decided to went all curious on these guys, and I got a super personality bonus for their efficiency, but nothing for the bonuses of any particular skill. It's opportunity cost at its finest, people. So again, if you want a strong character in Fortnite, you got to spend time with the survivor squads. And this is just only one facet. We got the defender squads over here too, which I will explain, of course, in greater detail in another video. And of course, these things are like, if you got like a butt ton of heroes, and if you got a butt ton of extra resources that you want to put towards to finding other resources, like, oh, I can, get more brick, or I can someone else to get more brick for me, or I need random stuff and I need it like today. Well, I could throw some ninjas and crap at it and they'll go, etc, etc, etc. Now, I don't like using this at this point, because I'll tell you something for free. This is a good idea only if you have it fully upgraded. I only have one slot upgraded, and let's say, for example, look, I don't need Penny. I don't need Penny. She's beautiful in that tank, but I don't really need that right now. I'll have her send her out to do this, and as it turns out, her chance for success is 100, which is amazing. But that's just basic materials. If you want to get something more ahead of the game, more proficient, and you want to send someone out there, look at that, 12%. That's hardly worth doing at all, because in addition to not being successful, you lose the use of that character if I needed her for something for 8 hours game time. That's not good. That's not good at all. Now, see where it says slot bonuses, Outlander? If I threw an Outlander up there, that will definitely help. 17%, but that's still not a lot. That's still not a lot at all. So, I would just be wasting time, energy, and a resource and a character, because you need to throw resources at this to do this as well. In a 17, at most a 17 percentile chance to get some extra goodies, where I could probably find in the overworld like in maybe 20 minutes, more or less. So this is a good idea, but it's not really good until you get the rest of these slots unlocked. Like I said, you got to earn up to these slots. Be patient, because you don't want to waste resources on like in a slim to no chance of getting what you want. That's not good. That's not good leadership skills. Anywho, that's pretty much it for the squads. Very important, these two, but you don't get them right away. Be patient and all that. Now, get ready for your eyes to bug out of your head yet again. The armory. And again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but not all of these gets unlocked right away. So, let's start with the basics of schematics. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. In this game, they're going in the rule of nothing lasts forever. Not even guns. These guns, you can get bullets for them. You can find them, or you can craft them. Crafting bullets is amazing, but that requires resources, which is fine if you hoard resources like I do all the time. But no matter what, your weapons will break. Hence, you'll need schematics to make new weapons. Now, they give you one for free, which is handy, but as you can see, it's the gray tech. Gray tech only gets you so far. Then you get yourself with green tech, and then you get your blue tech, and then you get your epic purple tech, which is great to have. Now, remember what I said, that weapons really do matter in this game, because I really, really do. You know, I've played a lot of first-person, third-person shooters, and shooting things is fun, but if you got the capacity for a certain type of weapon, then that's all you really need. There's no real difference of effect of these things. Not so in Fortnite. They all do special things. Like the shotgun here. There's more blowback in a shotgun than any other weapon in the game outside of blunt weaponry. These things will knock husks over almost all the time. Heavier husks, not so much, but those swarming husks, the little husks and the normal husks, they will get blown back and damaged. Aim for the head, but if you can't aim for the head, then the safety feature of a shotgun, very handy. Light machine guns, a lot of bullets, enough said. Now, I got two types of pistols here, because this is the fast-firing ones, where spray and pray, and of course the hand cannon, which will be your saving grace for taking down really tough husks, or, you know, one-shotting really weak ones. This, and I'm not much of a handgun guy, but it's amazing. It's satisfying. Sniper, obvious, and of course the upgraded version of this one down here, always a plus. Even a rocket launcher. You know what? Explosive weaponry is almost like you'll be almost untouchable if you get one of these, and you have enough resources to craft them, which I do, which is great. Of course, there's stats here, and of course, like the heroes themselves, you can upgrade these weapons to be much more effective and awesome and wonderful. But always keep your eyes out for the better schematic. Like, right now, it'd be foolish to get rid of any one of these, because these are the tier. These will not only manage for my own personal use for my armaments whenever I need to make a gun for any situation, but these weapons over here will be great for my defenders, because guess what? Defenders are great, but they don't come with their own weapons. I know, right? It's like a post-apocalyptic like hexscape out there or something. So you got to arm them too. So when little Jade and Jimmy need a shotgun or a sniper, you're ready to go. Wow, Big Daddy Player gets to keep the epics all for himself. Grenade launcher, yeah. So that's why it's always good to have something for your defenders or any other players who may not have the resources or the schematics themselves, and they're hard up for weapons, because when you're in the overworld and you're getting like swarmed by zombies, it's always good to be prepared. And you want the people you're playing with to hold their own, because if they can't hold their own, guess what's gonna happen? You gonna die. No matter how tough you are or how well you build your defense, without other players, it's going to be a rough road. So always, always think ahead with yourself and others in mind. And of course, you could do the same thing with melee if you're a melee guy like Ninja, or you just said, hey, I like heavy sledge weapons. I want to beat some ugly zombie to non-death with it. Let me use that right now. And this is my baby right here. The legendary schematic. There ain't no better than the Fortsville Slugger 3000. Yeah, right now it's only at half level upgrade-wise, but that's about as good as I could get. But whenever you get a legendary weapon, almost of any kind, you use it if you can. And I'm just super fortunate that I was able to get this for the plate type for the constructor, which specializes, of course, in blunt weaponry and tools. Which was this was the second thing I got. You know, this one was the first. I was like, it was destined to be. I mean, I could do the Warhammer too, but I'm not much of a Warhammer guy. I like blunt weaponry, don't get me wrong, but you know, those things are heavy. And of course, remember when I showed you the traps? Traps too also come in a schematica form, and there are a lot of traps, from jump pads to wall launchers to healing pads to shockers to more shockers to spikes to my personal favorite. This game will have you crafting and engineering your own fighting style and holding style or defending style. The details, it's amazing. And you know what? Remember when I said about resources? Each thing requires a certain amount of resources. And if you don't have those resources, you can't build it. And if you can't build it, then you're screwed. So it's always important to keep a little things easier to hold and to craft, because before you know it, you used up all your planks and then you're SOL. And you don't want to do that right in the middle of a firefight. That's no way to live. Of course, the heroes here, I've talked about them ad nauseum. The defenders, I've talked to them as well. Not only can they protect you, but they protect other things. More on that next video. The survivors, these are the cogs in your great, machine of survival. Very important. You have to collect them though. So always keep an eye out for survivors in everything you do. Now transform, I haven't used this much because I had no need to at this point in time. But this is basically if you got like a surplus of resources and you need things like better schematics for weapons or better people, survivors to put in your squads. You can just throw any kind of thing you have like currently that you really don't care about and you really need to like turn into something good and useful. Throw it here. But again, that gets unlocked later. Now the collection book, this is another way of getting rid of things that you don't want or need. And also a way to see the actual options of many different things from weapons to heroes. Like say for example, the first hero you get is Rescue Trooper Ramirez, but you can see her various forms in many different customizations. The higher the color, the stronger she becomes, until legendary Rescue Troop Ramirez, where she has many different skills and debilitating shots and all that other good stuff. That stuff, of course, as per usual, you unlock. But I'm getting off track here. Like I said, with the collection book, you can get rid of resources that you don't need and they're taking up space, because there's a space limitation in both your personal self and your overall base, which you'll definitely need to manage constantly. And you can get rid of things in 3 ways. You can break them down, which is easy because you get experience in parts and pieces of things that you break down, or people that you retire. If I don't need like these 2 greenies, I would just retire them and get rid of them, and I get most of whatever I invested into them back through upgrade levels and all that good stuff. Same thing with Schematica over here. If I don't need, like, say, this lance, because I'm not much of a lance guy, if I put, like, any time and effort into upgrading it, I would get most of that back if I decided to recycle it, plus parts and pieces and the like. Same thing for physical items as well. But the collection book is that saying, you know what, before you do any of that, slide that thing that you don't want here. It will always have a place of honor. Like, say, for example, if I didn't want my auto shotgun. I do only because other people may like shotguns, and if they're fresh out, I can build them one, or I can put them on Defender. But if I didn't need it, I would just put it right here and see where it says you could put this current schematic you're not using in here. And not only will it give you well, the feeling of collection, because I know people love to collect, but if you collect enough, you get to build up your level in your collection book. Now, whenever you reach a level or break it, you get special rewards, like this stuff, and this thing over here, and these other things, and the like. Very important, and as you level up your collection book's level, the better stuff you get from it. Half the stuff I have right now in my overall, like, Schematica, Heroes, Defender, Survival, all came from the collection book through the reward system, because certain things I don't need anymore. And the better the rarity, the higher your upgrade level will go in the collection book. Now, once again, broken record time, you do not have access to throw everything into the collection book. Heck, you may not even have the collection book right away either. I forget. But once you do, take advantage of it first before you break down or retire anything. Once the slot is taken in the collection book, you don't really need to slot it again. I mean, like support specialist over here. I already have him slotted because I didn't need support specialist Hawk. If you get another support specialist Hawk through, you know, various missions and other means, you could just break it down and no problem. So, and of course the resource tab just tells you what resources you have in the base. Everything else, it's pretty self-explanatory. And that's pretty much the armory. Whew, this is taking forever. I'm sorry, but this is the boring but yet the most important part of Fortnite. It's how the bread's being made here. It's how the donuts are being cooked and punched. Now, remember what I said about things needing to be what I said about things being upgraded and unlocked? Well, this is where all that magic happens. In addition to having a skill tree, which will upgrade your weapons, your abilities, new characters, your resource tools, your survival squad, your overall perks, abilities, and, you know, everything under the sun. It will also unlock research, which is a separate bar to further upgrade yourself and your squads. It's a little confusing why they decided to do skill trees and research in different scenarios, but let me tell you something. This stuff is probably the most important part of this game, because you need to go here constantly to unlock other things that you need for the other tabs, from heroes to squad to armory and so on. Everything is dictated by the skills you unlock here and the research you do here. Now, to unlock the skills in the skill tree, all you need to do is play the game. Thank goodness. Nothing complex. Just be awesome, play the game, complete objectives. That's how that works. For the research, however, it's on a timer, in a way. You see all that research point stuff right there? In order to unlock tabs from here, all you have to do is wait a long time and then collect what research points is built up, which I'm about to do right now. So now I got 927 research points out of 1,600, and that means I can upgrade something now. And again, little pro tip here: always aim for squad unlocks, because if your squad, your citizen squads are strong, then you are strong. So, see, I'm unlocked it right now, and now I got one more slot for my squad. So let's go back to squads real fast and go back to my handy dandy ENT squad. Now, since the health bonus here is all filled up for right now, I could put something else in there. But me, I would like to still keep doing the health thing, because health is important. Health is extremely important, because your shields will not... See, look, my health is like almost 1,000 times stronger than my shield right now. Very important. Even right now, it's still way stronger. So keep that line of thought going for me. That's my tip. I always play the type, but you don't have to. You could throw something else in there. You could you could throw something like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go for the personality match in here, and have this character be more efficient that way, or you know, throw traps for some reason, because again, personality type, or throw this person in there for damage bonus ability. Dependable. I won't focus on health because I already secured my health bonus, and I'll go for efficiency. You could do how you want. For the sake right now, because I'm just going to do this as an example, I'm just going to throw the health guy there. Let me see. I'm at 2,700 versus... So yeah, you might actually get better health if you just go with dependability type right now. So I might do that. But if I do that, the shield regen bonus may not be as effective, because the next one, who's also dependable, is a Trapster, and the next one is something else. Now I better play the type for now. I'll probably monkey around with it later. But for right now, boom, look at that. As you can see, not only did my health go up, but my squad power level went up slightly as well. And when it's not there, bam, look at that. It's almost back to 17 again. So, long story short, always be unlocking for squads. They're the muscle behind you. Always important. And that's pretty much it for skills. Unlock skills to unlock everything else. Wait a while for research, and then unlock the stuff in research too. Always aim for squads. Alright, now, let's get there. We're almost done, I promise. Woo! Now, this is the loot system in Fortnite. Llamas. You get these mini llamas for completing certain tasks and missions and quests and crap. Then, in the same vein, you get upgrade llamas, which are much better llamas than the mini reward llamas. But you have to put V-Bucks into that. Now, fortunately, you can buy V-Bucks. Let's get this out of the way right now. Fortnite is that kind of game where you can do that sort of thing. If you have the money and you want to, do it. That's the simple thing. You know, if you want to get other stuff like this, if you want to, do it. I ain't judging it. You do you. Me, I'm cheap. I'm gonna throw real money to get further on ahead. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, with grit and skill. But fortunately, the game helps you out, because certain missions will give you V-Bucks for free. In which case, you can get an upgrade llama, which is also pretty amazing and awesome. And they have the advantage to upgrade themselves when you whack them, which means they will turn to metal, depending on what is going to be upgraded, from basic llama to silver llama to gold llama. And I haven't seen anything else past gold yet, but I'm sure there's a platinum llama or something. Every time that happens, better loot, which is amazing. Now, the launch event llama, I can't select it unfortunately, is a special llama for people who bought the game, I guess, like me early on. So you get like Founders Bucks, Founders Coins, and then you buy those. And I want to show them the voice actor for that one, but since I can't select it, well, you know, there it is. And of course, the special llamas over here for today is the Rage Weapon Llama. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. I tried these special llamas over here in the far right. They're okay. They're okay. But for the money, just aim for upgrade llama. I promise you, this is where you get some pretty choice schematics and survivors and defenders from this bad boy right here. And for only 100 V coins, which you can easily earn just completing quests, it's a no-brainer. These ones, these strip out any kind of, you know, useful surprise and just gives you something basic. Not even good half the time. But the upgrade llama, that's money in the bank. If you can get it, get it. Now, let's see what I got from the mini reward llama, which is usually just, you know, breakdown material, I'll be completely honest. But I have been surprised.
Who loves treasure? Everyone? Great!
These things are a little, these ones right here, the mini llamas, are always a little too happy because they know what's coming. But they're still pretty pleased about it, I guess. Alright, let's see if this one upgrades. No, boo. Oh well. But as you can see, nothing right home to long about, just some basic stuff. Like upgrade juice and, you know, a really weak auto rifle, which I'm going to break down almost immediately. And that's pretty much it for that. I showed you the store, so that's the thing. And finally, we get to the quests tabs where you can see everything you have to do or you want to do depending on your time and effort and all that good stuff. References aside, these things will give you important things like V-Bucks, like I said, bacon, which is important for survivors. Don't ask me why. Daily quests, which, like, if you're a ninja, go for. Or if you hate teddy bears, there you go. Side quests, which is, you know, don't really have to do though, but they give you some good stuff anyway. And of course, main quests. You want to continue the story of Fortnite and why the world is covered in all this purple, intimidating mist. Look at this. There's only one continent left. If you want to find out why that is, keep doing the main quests. And that's pretty much it for my very long-winded explanation of this game in behind the curtain. I hope I didn't draw any of you guys away, but if I did, I could definitely understand why. This level of detailed orientation Yeah. This level of detail orientation in this particular game is downright staggering. And if it wasn't for the fact that this is sort of my thing, I might be turned off as well. But I say, give it a chance, alright? Rent it from Redbox. Give it a try. And if you don't like it, just take it back to Redbox and just wash your hands of it. But I have a sneaking suspicion, if you like things like weapons, squads, building cool stuff, you know, saving the world, cool loot, and awesome characters, or at least colorful looking characters, that I think Fort might still be in your wheelhouse. I have a sneaking suspicion. And who am I, you ask? Well, this is the one John the Gamer Boss Bronze telling you to stay tuned for yet one more video for the Let's Play a Little of Fortnite. Until then, though, take care.